Hello everyone, welcome to Jolly Molly TV. Today we're going to make another fun block in Kimberbell's A Quilty Little Christmas wall hanging project. In today's video I'm going to show you how to make this block right here, which is called Gingerbread 2. So go ahead and grab your plastic pouch system that you have labeled Gingerbread 2, and let's head over to the embroidery machine and let's get started stitching. Okay, we're at the machine and I have a bobbin with white thread down below. I put white thread in the top of my machine, and I want you to get out your plastic pouch system that says Gingerbread number 2 and pull out this fabric. I am using the kit for this project, so this fabric is a really cute white with white polka dot on it. That is why I put white thread in the top of my machine. I'm going to use white thread all the way through the first several stitches, including the quilting, because I think putting the white quilting on the white fabric will look nice, and then the gingerbread man will pop on the block, and that's what I want. So I put white thread up above. I put that fabric aside. I need you to get out your gingerbread felt that you have in your embellishment kit that we used for the first block. We're going to use that again on this block. And then I need you to get a pre-cut piece of 5 by 5 inch batting. We're going to use that in this block. Okay, and then we're going to put this aside. So we have all of our supplies. And now let's go to the screen cam and load the design. Okay, I have a Baby Lock Destiny machine, which is identical to the Brother Dream machine. If you have something similar, these steps will be the same. I'm going to click on Embroidery. I'm going to go to my flash drive because I keep all my files on the flash drive. I'm going to go to A Quilty Little Christmas. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to go get the quilting design. We do the quilting first, and then we stitch the machine embroidery design on top of that quilting. So I am looking for Christmas 16, and I am looking for the 4 by 4 inch design right there. That is so cute. Okay, we're going to click Set. It automatically brings it in centered. You don't have to do anything else. Now I'm going to click Add, and I'm going to add the machine embroidery design on top of this. Back to my flash drive, A Quilty Little Christmas, and the main quilt. If your machine can't add, no problem. We're going to stitch out the quilting design first and then come back and stitch out the embroidery design. Easy peasy. So now I want to go to my gingerbread cookies folder, which is number 4. And now I'm looking for the other gingerbread man. We did this one in the first video. I want this one with the green heart. That's so cute. So go ahead and just click Set. All right, it brings it in perfectly centered. You do not have to move it or do anything with it. And we're going to click Embroidery. All right, let's go back to the hoop cam. Okay, we are ready to start stitching. So I've got my white thread up on top that matches my fabric. I'm going to put the foot down and let's stitch out the placement line for the batting. So now I'm going to place the batting down, making sure that I cover that placement line on all sides. And when I have it in place, I put the foot down and let's tack down the batting. Okay, so now I want you to take the hoop off the machine, go to a table, and I want you to trim away all of this excess batting from around the outside edge of that stitch line, and I'll meet you right back here. Okay, we've got that trimmed up. Now let's put the foot down, leave white thread still on the top of your machine, and let's stitch out the placement line for the fabric. Okay, that's good. So now I'm going to put my fabric down. Now I'm using the kit, so this is the white fabric that's designated for this block in the kit. If you're using your own fabric and you have directional fabric, make sure you have the top of your fabric facing upward here and the bottom here because that's how the block is going to stitch out. I'm going to just place the fabric down over the batting, and then I'm going to feel for the batting. And that's going to give me an approximate lineup of where I am, and I'm good. You just kind of want it centered. It doesn't have to be perfect because when we trim this up, you're going to have lots of excess that we cut off. But I just try to aim for center. That looks good. Put the foot down and let's tack down this fabric. White thread still up on top. Okay, I'm also going to do this next step, which is the quilting in white thread. It looked really nice on the last video when we did the first gingerbread man, so I'm going to do it the same. I love the way it's in the background. You can see it, but the gingerbread men will pop and be the focal point on the block, which is what we want. So I'm going to put my foot down, stitch out the quilting. It's a 2-minute in real life stitch out. Here we go. I thoroughly enjoy watching that stitch out every single time. It's so cute. All right, so now I'm going to switch out my thread up on the top of my machine for my brownish copper that's going to be for my gingerbread man. So put your gingerbread man thread up on top, whether it's a beige or it's a copper. Load your machine with that. Make sure we don't have any loops. Okay, we're good. Now I'm going to put the foot down and stitch out the placement line for the gingerbread man. Here we go. Okay, so now what I want to do, just so I can see a little bit better, is I'm going to move the hoop off just a little bit, and then that will allow me to see where I'm going to line up my gingerbread. All right, so I want to bring him down a little bit more. Don't want to cut his head off there. I want to make sure that stitches nicely. And this has got to come over a little bit to the left. Okay. There. That looks good. So I can very gently put the hoop back on. You don't really need to tape the felt in place because the felt pretty much stays put because it's sticking to the fabric. I just use my stylus to help hold it down so it doesn't move. Let's put the foot down and let's tack down the felt. Here we go. Okay, that works. I think I can still get one of the smaller gingerbread men off on this side if I want to do another project. I have enough room. So we're good. I just don't like wasting embellishments. So I'm going to take the hoop off the machine, go over to the table, and I want to trim very nice and slowly around, leaving about 1/8 of an inch. You don't want to trim right up against the stitching because this is felt and the felt will fuzz and perhaps pull off. So just leave a nice 1/8 of an inch all the way around. This is what's called raw edge applique. There will be no further stitches around this. So just be as neat as you can. Again, leaving 1/8 of an inch. And when you get that done, I'll meet you right back here. All right, so that's what I was looking for. Just about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. So it looks like a cookie that just came out of the oven that I really want to eat now. I want a gingerbread cookie now. Okay, so now I want to put this back on the machine and I want to switch out my thread. I don't need the copper anymore. Now what I need is the cream. We're looking for the cream because it's going to do all of the gingerbread man accents. So I'm going to put cream thread up above. You do the same in your machine. And I really want a gingerbread cookie. Really do now. All right, there we go. Yeah, I did a cake video for autumn, like autumn themed cakes. I did a video this last weekend and I was typing out all the ingredients for each cake. And literally by the time I got through with the video, I was craving cake so badly. Still haven't had cake, but I really want cake. That's what making these videos will do. They'll make you hungry. All right, so let's put the foot down, and with cream thread up above, let's stitch out the accents on the gingerbread man, and it's about a 2-minute in real life stitch out. Here we go. All right, that's so cute. I got a couple stray threads that I want to go ahead and trim up right now, so I don't have to worry about doing that later. Isn't that cute? Okay, I'm going to put the hoop back on, and now I'm going to switch the thread out in the top of my machine to a green. Now this step is optional. According to Kimberbell, you can stitch out this green heart, or you can use the button that's in the embellishment kit and sew it on later after we have assembled the quilt. But what I'm going to do is both. I figure it can't hurt for me to stitch this green thread on his little heart here. I can always put the button on top of it later, or I can use the button somewhere else in the quilt if he already has a little green heart. So if you stitch it out, it gives you options. So I'm going to go ahead and put green thread up above, and I'm going to stitch out the heart. Okay, no loops, we're good. So this is a 1-minute in real life stitch out. Here we go. Let's give him a heart. Cute. Okay, now the machine is saying there's 1 stitch left. We do not want to stitch this out. This would put a line from here to here. That's not part of the design. Kimberbell does that in order to tell the computer how to center this gingerbread so that he's not 100% center. He's down where they want him to be down here. That's why they put that stitch line in there. So do not stitch that out. We're done at this point with this block. The stitch out part, that is. Isn't that cute? Look at that. Isn't that adorable? All right, so let's go ahead and take the hoop off the machine. Let's go over to the table and I'll show you how to finish up this block. Okay, isn't this super cute? I am loving this project. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to square this up. And if you look at this outer stitch line, that's what we're going to use to trim up this block. We want to trim it to be 4.5 inches by 4.5 inches. So if I measure from this stitch line to this outer stitch line, it's 4.5 inches. If I measure the top down to the bottom, it's just shy of 4.5. So that's perfect. That's the tool we're going to use to measure up this block, is using that outer stitch line. Okay, the first one's easy. I'm just going to line the ruler up to that top outer stitch line, and I'm going to move it just a hair past it. Can I see that stitch line? Yes, I can. It's just underneath the ruler, and I can make the first cut. Okay, now I'm going to line up the block on my mat. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. I'm going to line up my ruler on the mat. So I'm right at 4.5, and I'm going to double check. Got a little bit of 3D here going, so I'm going to make sure my ruler is nice and flat and hold it down. Can I see that stitch line? Yes, I can. That's where I want to be. So I can make that cut. Okay. Come over here. I'm going to go to this side. I'm going to line up this line on the ruler with the bottom of the block. And I'm going to go just past that stitch line, just a little bit. Can I see that stitch line? Yes, I can. Make that first cut. All right, now we'll do the second cut for the side. I'm going to line up my block on the mat. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. going to line up the ruler on the mat, and I'm also got a line across here that I'm looking to line the block up with. Can I see that stitch line? Yes, I can. It's actually just outside the ruler. That's good. I can make that cut. And you did it! There you go. You have an adorable Gingerman block. This is another adorable block. And again, I love that quilting. So I hope you had as much fun today making this block as I did. And I hope you stay tuned here on Jolly Molly TV for more fun and more adorable blocks in Kimberbell's A Quilty Little Christmas wall hanging project. So until I see you next time, take care and happy stitching. Bye-bye.